Up United! Happy New Year to all United fans. The rest of you fans, can get your Happy New Year from your clubs. First video of the year. So what are we talking about today? We're going to be talking about our recent performances, culminating in yesterday's match against Charlton. We're going to be talking about the Man City game that's coming up on Saturday. We're also going to be looking at some fringe players like Elanga, McTominay, Pellistri. What should we be doing with them? And then finally, we will then talk about some transfer news, Joao Felix and Wout Weghorst. So let's get into it. Our recent performances. I think with the recent performances, I've had mixed feelings. While we have been winning, scoring goals, not conceding, I have not felt that the performances have been really great. Even yesterday against Charlton, yes, we scored 3 goals, but before Rashford came in and we scored those 2 late goals, the match felt like, especially in the second half, felt like it was in the balance. And I think it's also is related to what Ten Hag said, I think after the game against, was it Wolves or who now? Bournemouth, yes, after the game against Bournemouth, that yes, he was satisfied with the result, but the performance was still lacking. And I think it's the same thing. The performance is still lacking, and a lot of people are saying, are we in a title challenge? Is Man United in a title challenge? Calm down, bros. You get, we have just won games that we should win normally. We cannot say we're in a title challenge until after we play our next 2 matches against Man City and against Arsenal. The performance from those matches and the results from those games will determine whether or not we are in a title challenge. But for me, for now, I think we should just calm down and say we are in a top 4 challenge. The title is still a way off because Man City and Arsenal, in my opinion, are still miles ahead of us as a team. And we'll still have a lot of improvements, which brings me to the Man City game. I think that Man City game on Saturday will really show us how well this team has improved. What will we do in that game? How will we perform in that game? It brings a question to mind. What midfield should Ten Hag play against Man City? In our previous games, the starting midfield has been Casemiro, Eriksen, and Fernandes at the top of the midfield. But against Man City, we know that obviously City will have a lot more of the possession. We will most likely be doing a lot of pressing, a lot of defensive work. Will Bruno and Eriksen be able to keep up with that kind of work? Or will a McTominay or a Fred be more suitable to playing against a Man City? My opinion would be I would play a Casemiro, a Fred. Obviously, we would lose some creativity, but at least we will have that work rate that will be needed to close down these players and put in a sheet for 90 minutes. And then Bruno, I think Bruno does a lot of pressing. That's what, there's one thing I cannot fault about Bruno is his work ethic. I think he does a lot of running, and that might be very needed against City. But at the end of the day, like I said, that match would really show us whether we have progressed as a team, because it's our first real stiff test in a lot of games. I think the last really stiff test we faced was was Chelsea and Tottenham, and we came out from those games looking pretty decent. The last time we faced Man City wasn't a great one. They really hammered us. So the outcome of Saturday will really tell us whether we have made progress and whether we are in a title challenge. If we win that game, I think we'll be 1 point off City. And I dare say United fans can start to dream. And then let's talk about the fringe players. Yesterday's game, we saw some players who haven't played in a long time. Elanga, McTominay, Pellistri. Pellistri has always been one player I felt that hasn't really been given a chance. There's been a lot of chances given to Elanga, for example. He hasn't quite taken it under Ten Hag yet. And Pellistri signed 3 years ago, just making his debut for the team. It's laughable. but I think he should be given more chances. McTominay didn't really do much yesterday to really staking a claim to be starting games over and over again. So yeah, I've always had my reservations about Fred and McTominay. You get, I feel together, like I've always said, they are a decent player, but separately, nah. Well, let's see. But McTominay did not do anything to justify maybe getting a starting shirt against Charlton, which I felt he should have been dominating that midfield, but he was giving the ball away too often and too easily. Wan-Bissaka, however, has been one of the fringe players that has impressed me. I think he has come in. We know what we will always get from Wan-Bissaka: solid defensive work. It's difficult to get past Wan-Bissaka. It's always been his attacking contribution that has been under question. He has improved. I think in the games he has played, he has been decent. Does he start over Dalot? Hell no. He's still, a decent option to have. But it's January. Of all these players, I think Wan-Bissaka will be the one thinking to himself, do I get a loan move and go somewhere that I would play regular football and possibly put myself in the window for a decent transfer in the summer? You get, that could be one thing. If Wan-Bissaka then leaves, what do we now need? Do we now need to bring in a right back? But if I was Ten Hag, I probably wouldn't let Wan-Bissaka leave on loan, because that would mean we would have to now go into the market to try to find the right back. And we know how Man United is in the transfer window. We are not reliable by any stretch of the word. Speaking of the transfer window, Joao Felix, let's look at how this January transfer window has panned out. If you go by a lot of the news that we see online, Gakpo was the first choice for Ten Hag. We couldn't get that Gakpo. According to what people say, Joao Felix was the next person in line. I don't blame United for not getting Joao Felix, because Arsenal was also interested in Joao Felix, but Atletico Madrid were asking for ridiculous money. I think about 19 million for just 6 months, and trust Chelsea to go and pay the money. Chelsea right now is like that kid who has a lot of money and wants to buy everything on the store shelf. Goody is there, bring it. Sneakers is there, bring it. Mars is there, bring it. Everything, they just want to eat. Jetty, diabetes. That's what's Chelsea's case right now, because it's like they are signing everybody. Nkunku, Fofana, Joao Felix, interested in Mudryk. It's all over the place, and if they're willing to pay that kind of money, fine. They've done what Atletico wanted, pay that amount of money. Will Joao Felix solve Chelsea's problems? Well, time will tell. But it's fine if we lost Joao Felix, because we are broke. We cannot pay that amount of money. That's what we've been saying about United this transfer window. Are we broke? I think we are. And Weghorst presents the cheapest option. According to sources that we are reading online, it's said that Weghorst was actually a Ten Hag suggestion. Like Ten Hag had earmarked him as one of the players we can get to come and do a job, and trust United's board. When they see a cheap option, that's who they will zero in on. Is Weghorst a good signing? If you ask me, my opinion is this. I think he is a decent signing and can do a job. He's different to what we have. He can hold up play. He presses. You would think that for a big guy, he will be slow, but I don't think he's slow. He's decent when it comes to pace. He can press, and he can definitely score goals. I think 8 goals in 12 games for Besiktas. It's not a bad return. In Wolfsburg, he was also scoring goals pretty regularly. It's only in Burnley that he never really got off the mark, which is why he's on loan. Can he do a job? I think he can do a job. And it's this Weghorst signing kind of reminds me of Sebastian Haller when Ten Hag signed Haller for Ajax from West Ham. He had flopped at West Ham, went to Ajax, and Ten Hag turned him into an absolute nightmare for defenders. So can he replicate this kind of thing with Weghorst? If any coach can turn a player like that into a goal machine, I would trust Ten Hag to do it. I think Ten Hag has earned the benefit of the doubt. He has turned this underperforming Man United team from last season into a decent performing team, and I think he can turn a player like Weghorst into a decent performing player. Will he start over Martial? No. Is he a good option to have coming off the bench? Yes, I think. Can he play multiple positions? No, he cannot. We would have to probably make do with the players we have on the team for that. All road leads to Saturday. I think Saturday, I'm looking forward to Saturday. I can't wait to see the team Ten Hag puts out. I think that can make or break. I can't wait to see how we play, whether we would pack the bus or whether we would go out and play Man City at their own game. That will tell how well we have improved as a team. I'm looking forward to that match and then my thoughts after the match. Thank you for watching another Up United video. I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think United is in a title challenge? What do you think about the fringe players? What do you think about Weghorst? Can he do a job for us? And what do you think about the game against Man City? What should United do? Drop your comments. Don't forget to follow this page, subscribe whether you're watching on YouTube, like the channel, and yeah, keep tuning in as I drop more videos. Till next time, Up United.